Do not put your finger on the trigger until you have this target in sight, sights lined up, and you're prepared to fire.
The Orange Beach Police Department is going back to basics to make sure its officers are combat ready.
We try to read the latest police shootings and see what happened and learn from their mistakes and learn from the things they did good, and we try to set up those scenarios.
This range was created to give officers a refresher course, not only on shooting, but what to do in a real-life danger situation.
Hey, someone! Drop the gun! Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
That piece of paper is not shooting back at you. It's not moving. You're not moving.
Officers are always moving in this combat course. Targets are set up in specialized areas, forcing officers to fire from positions they aren't used to and think before they shoot. A lesson they take into the streets every day.
They may have fired in that situation and now they're not firing. They're seeing these alternate methods of retreat or getting more officers in, intimidation, and getting these weapons around, because the situation arises here because we go anywhere from 4,000 people to 250,000 people in literally a weekend.
To understand how stressful it can be, the department asked me to take a turn on the course. Keeping calm and firing straight can be a difficult task when your blood is pumping, and decision-making can be clouded when a weapon is pointed at you. A few seconds can make the difference between life and death.
Go! Go!
Put your weapon down!
See your hands. Let me see your hands.
Your hands. Let me see your hands.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
The number one thing is safety. I'm required to call the chief when I leave the range every night, and all he wants to hear is nobody got hurt.
And the more training officers do, the better chance the chief will hear that every night. In Orange Beach, Andrew Davis, Fox 10 News.
Good shooting. Outstanding. Stand by.
18-year-old Randy Snow spends about an hour a day playing video games. His favorite is probably one of the most violent on the market, Grand Theft Auto.
Just ride around stealing cars and shooting people. I find that interesting.
Snow can't wait to get his hands on a new video game called 25 to Life. Like Grand Theft, players shoot it out with police and use innocent bystanders as human shields. One New York senator is already calling on stores in his district not to sell the game. He also wants the manufacturers of Xbox and PlayStation to terminate their licensing agreement with the company that produces the game.
There is no doubt violent video games are hot right now, not only here on the Gulf Coast, but all across the country. The question is whether or not those games have a negative impact on the way people act. The answer may depend on who you ask.
What's the difference between a game and a cartoon? Cartoons dropping anvils and pianos and stuff on each other's head, and the game you run around shooting people, they both dying.
But USA clinical psychologist Dr. Elise LeBay says there's a big difference. She says acting out violence in a game can be dangerous for young children and even older kids who are considered at risk.
It's exciting, and people enjoy that kind of experience. So it definitely, especially for the developing child, I think can be harmful in terms of encouraging behaviors, encouraging reactions to stressful situations in which there are other better ways to deal with.
Dr. LeBay says parents should be careful about the video games their children play. 20-year-old Brandon Turner agrees it's the parents' job to police their children, not lawmakers.
I think there's more important issues to be dealt with other than video games.
The debate over violent videos is likely to continue long after 25 to Life hits the stores. In Mobile, I'm Renee Dowles, Fox 10 News.
One look around Richard and Rebecca Charles's yard and one thing's clear. Yay! They love children.
And Gabrielle, you want Cool Ranch?
Yeah. They fostered 16 of them.
Yeah, we've been called crazy.
Crazy about helping others. They now have 6 kids. We can only show you 3 because of DHR regulations. Richard says there's nothing like coming home to a house full.
When they meet me at the door, they all run up to me and they just hug on me. that's rewarding to come home to have that.
Rebecca says she often feels like a taxi service, and she's not kidding. She spends most of her day shuffling the kids back and forth from school to their other activities. Check out her van. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car seats. In fact, it's so packed, her husband has to ride on this. But these kids are worth making room for.
Each and every one of them have a special place in my heart.
Rebecca also started a clothes closet for DHR foster kids.
Usually when we get a child, they have nothing.
That's pretty good.
The Charles family sees a need and fills it.
This is our future. The children are our future.
Who's ready to go to a picnic today?
And if you think approaching age 50 will make this couple slow down, you're wrong.
I had told my husband that we'd have 20 children if we could, if we had a bigger house.
There are just too many mouths to feed, too many kisses to give, and too many tiny feet in need of direction. In Saraland, Erica Fox, Fox 10 News.
Hitting the enemy target. That was the goal of Florida's finest.
Set, go.
As they work their way through the obstacle course. In this scenario, the officers must shoot the enemy.
Here they're faced with a couple challenges. They run, they do a couple of calisthenics before they actually shoot. And some of them they have a lot of time to engage their target, and some of them they don't.
Here's the trick. The targets are hidden behind civilians. The officers can only strike the bad guys.
A couple of the targets here have flak vests, so it's going to require them to do a precision shot on the head.
Tech Sergeant Gilliland checks the accuracy of the snipers. They pass the test. Now it's time to move to the next challenge. In this next scenario, an 11-year-old boy is kidnapped and taken to this cabin, and a SWAT team has to get him out. We even had to wear protective gear to participate in this exercise.
Teams are going to roll through in the back of the house, come through, clear each room methodically, and then go from there. I'm going to be pointing right to the step, okay?
This team is from Santa Rosa County. The key is to rescue the boy without getting shot. They also have to protect each other.
Get out of here. I gotta go, Eddie. Come on, Chris.
They complete the mission in 3 minutes and 43 seconds. One of the deputies was shot, so the team faces an additional 2-minute penalty. Deputy Roman Jackson appreciates the training. Jackson was shot in an ambush last year.
We do this on a regular basis as a SWAT team, so we were pretty up on what we were supposed to do, but it's always a good time, and it's always good training for us.
It builds the team camaraderie, not just between the individual teams, but now we have 8 teams here from around the area. Everybody gets to know each other.
Working as a team to keep you safe. In Fort Walton, Denise Herlicka, Fox 10 News.
Don't get confused. This isn't a movie. This is the latest in video game technology, Xbox 360. And when it comes to gameplay, the consensus is unanimous.
It's really fun.
The Xbox 360 is definitely an insanely good product.
Equipped with the finest technology.
The buzz is huge. Everyone keeps coming in asking, when is it coming out?
The answer is midnight tonight. Gamers have been waiting more than 6 months for its release. Until then, gamers like Trey Krimble wait in line to play this demo.
The graphics are amazing.
This is your chance to play as King Kong and battle a T-Rex. Or even slam the ball like Shaquille O'Neal. But there's more to Xbox 360 than just the games.
You've got your MP3 player, you've got your DVD player, you've got your gaming system, and you've got your digital camera, except for taking the pictures, actually all in one.
Not to mention you can play tennis online against people all over the world. Nathan Miller says he's adding it to his wish list.
Do you want for Christmas?
Yeah, probably.
The Xbox 360 is set to be one of the hottest sellers this Christmas season. Stores are expected to sell out quickly, so getting yourself one might be a problem.
It's just a great system overall. I mean, it just plays extremely well. I would recommend it because basically it's an entire media center in one.